Stara Zagora is a city in Bulgaria, a nationally important economic center. Located in southern Bulgaria, it is the administrative capital of the homonymous Stara Zagora Province. According to Operative Program Regional Development of Bulgaria, the agglomeration of Stara Zagora is the fifth largest in Bulgaria and has a population of 213,444 inhabitants. Stara Zagora is known as the city of straight streets, linden trees, and poets. Name. The name comes from the Slavic root star and the name of the medieval region of Zagor. History. The favorable geographic and climatic conditions of the territory around Stara Zagora contributed to the establishment of several prehistoric settlements in the remote past. More than 100 prehistoric mounds from the 6th to 3rd millennium BC were found in the vicinity of Stara Zagora. One of them, the Bereketska mound, is the largest in Bulgaria, containing traces of people that lived there from the New Stone Age to the Middle Ages. A prehistoric settlement can be found within the city itself. Two dwellings from the New Stone Age are preserved in the Neolithic Dwellings Museum. These are the best preserved dwellings from the New Stone and Neolithic Age in Europe and contain a rich collection of tools and artifacts. The oldest copper mines in Europe were found 8 kilometers east of the city. A considerable amount of copper ore was extracted from the 11 mines by the ancient inhabitants of this land who traded with it throughout the continent. Located at the crossroads of multiple civilizations, Stara Zagora is an important piece in the European cultural roots mosaic. Inhabited by ancient Thracians, Romans, Ottomans and Bulgarians, this unique city bears the historical imprint of those past civilizations along with many of the historical treasures. Proof of its longevity can be found in the multiple names of the city, each one connected with a different era of its development. Augusta Traiana, founded around 106 AD by the Emperor Marcus Ulpius Traianus. Augusta Traiana, the most flamboyant city of the Traians, was the second largest city in the Roman province of Thrace during 2nd and 3rd century AD, after Philippopolis. It occupied an area of 38 hectares and was fortified by strong fortress walls. Augusta Traiana had the statute of an autonomous city of the Police type. For the time of Emperor Marcus Aurelius to the Emperor Gallienus it had the right to mint its own bronze coins, which were in circulation all over the Balkan Peninsula. Bero between the 4th and 7th centuries as part of the Byzantine Empire the city had the name of Bero. It was a religious center of the early Christians on these lands and the residence of an archbishop, Irenapolis. For a short period it was named after the Byzantine Empress Irina who visited the city in 784 AD. Verea in 812 AD the city became part of the first Bulgarian state under the name of Verea, or also found as Berea, Beroia. Bori. During the Second Bulgarian Empire the city had the name of Bori. It became the center of an administrative region within medieval Bulgaria. Some of the most remarkable medieval stone plastic arts date back from this period, fine bas-reliefs featuring animals. One of them, a lioness with its cub, became the symbol of Stara Zagora. Eski Zagra. In 1364 the medieval city was captured by the Turks who called it Eski Zagra. During the Bulgarian revival it evolved into an important center of crafts and trade. At the end of the 1850s, the Turkish name was replaced by the Bulgarian name Železnik. It was a Kazakh center in Filipi Sanjak, initially in Rumelia Ayale, latterly Silistrana Ayale, finally Adirna Ayale. In 1878, it was finally Sanjak center in eastern Rumelia Ayale till unification with Bulgaria in 1885. Železnik. At the end of the 1850s, the Turkish name was replaced by the Bulgarian name Železnik. Stara Zagora and 1877 battle. The city's current name, Stara Zagora, appeared for the first time in documents from the Church Council of Tsarograd in 1875. On July 31, 1877, a 48,000 Turkish army was launched on the town, which was merely defended by a small Russian detachment and a small unit of Bulgarian volunteers. After a 6-hour fight for Stara Zagora, the Russian soldiers and Bulgarian volunteers surrendered to the pressure of the larger enemy army. The town then soon experienced its greatest tragedy. The armed Turkish army carried out the Stara Zagora massacre against the weaponless civilians. The city was burned down and razed to the ground during the 3 days following the battle. Incredibly sadistically were massacred 14,500 Bulgarians from the town and villages south of the town, encompassing all Bulgarian civilians with exceptions. Another 10,000 young women and girls were sold in the slave markets of the Ottoman Empire. All Christian churches were attacked with artillery and burned. The only public building surviving the fire was the mosque Eskidi Jamia, remaining even nowadays. This is possibly the largest and worst massacre documented in the Bulgarian history and one of the most tragic moments of the Bulgarians. While the people of Bulgaria lost this particular battle for Stara Zagora, they did ultimately win the war. Today, several monuments witness the gratitude of the Bulgarian people to its liberators. On the 5th of October 1879, Stara Zagora's restoration from the destruction began immediately after the liberation of Bulgaria, by Prince Aleko Bogoridi laying the first symbolic foundation stone. The city was rebuilt on plans designed by the Czech architect Lyubor Bayer, and became the first modern-looking Bulgarian city after the liberation, with its large straight streets and spacious squares. Every year October 5th is celebrated as the official day of Stara Zagora, with multiple events, concerts, activities for kids and a fair. Geography and climate. Stara Zagora is the administrative center of its municipality and the Stara Zagora Province. It is about 231 kilometers from Sofia, near the Bedij, a river in the historic region of Thrace. The city is in an area of a transitional continental climate with a considerable subtropical influence. The average yearly temperature is about 13 degrees Celsius. Population. Stara Zagora was possibly the biggest town in today's Bulgarian territory before liberation from Ottoman rule, but the town was burned and destroyed by Turkish army during the Liberation War in 1877 to 1878. During the first decade after the liberation of Bulgaria, in the 1880s, the population of Stara Zagora decreased and numbered about 16,000. Since then it started growing decade by decade, mostly because of the migrants from the rural areas and the surrounding smaller towns, reaching its peak in the period 1989 to 1991 exceeding 160,000. After this time, the population has started decreasing because of the low birth rate. Stara Zagora is one of the richest cities in Bulgaria, with much better economic situation than average for the Bulgarian provinces. Ethnic, linguistic and religious composition. According to the latest 2011 census data, individuals who declared their ethnic identity were distributed as follows: Bulgarians 117,963, Gypsies 5,430, Turks 1,965, others 579, indefinable 617, undeclared 11,718. Total. Football club. PFC Bero. Stara Zagora is a football club in Stara Zagora. It was established in 1916 and plays at Bero Stadium. The team is a member of the Grupa League. Bero has won the Bulgarian Cup 2 times. Main sites. Historical sites: Regional Historical Museum, the Antique Forum, Thracian Tomb, the Roman Baths, the Samarsko Zname Monument, Iasmoto Park, Defenders of Stara Zagora Memorial Complex, Memorial House of Geomilev, the South Gate of Augusta Trajana, the Opera House built in 1925, Stara Zagora transmitter with one of the few Bla-Nox towers in Europe, Neolithic Dwellings Museum, Districts, Bedichka, Gradinsky, Central City Part, Cheka, Seagull, Zagorka, named after Zagorka Brewery, Makedonsky No also as Chumlika, Dabrava, Eastern Industrial Zone, Geomilev, Golish, Industrial Zone, Kasansky, Kolyoganchev, Lozanets, Mitropolit Metidi Kusev, Opolchensky also known as Chaika, Samara 1, 2 and AMP 3, Slavikov, Studentsky Grad, Trichatura North, Center and AMP South, the Vasilevsky, the Vazrajdane, Zheleznik, Zora, Future Districts Aturan, Bogomilovo, Rishteni, Malkovaria, Famous People, Anna Tomova Sintowa, Dramatic Soprano Opera Singer, Veselina Kasarova, Coloratura Mezzo-Soprano Opera Singer, Veselin Stoikov, Bass Baryton Opera Singer Web page. Kirill Rostov, writer. Stefan Kizyov, writer. Stefan Slivkov, revolutionary, mayor of Stara Zagora and Bulgarian National Assemblyman. Martin Kalchev, European Karate Champion, European Full Contact Sanda Champion. Zheldus Vetkovshelev, first recipient of the state title, honored rail worker in 1952. Other. Barrow Hill on Livingston Island, West Antarctica is named after this city, in its previous incarnation as Barrow. One of the two lighting factories, Svetlina, is situated here. Twin towns and sister cities. Stara Zagora is twinned with